Hello, my name is Gabe the Babe.
Otherwise known as Ellie.
Ellie Presco.
I am Nina Arnone.
Yeah, you are. And welcome to Office Hours.
Oh, hello.
Going back.
There we are.
This
Okay.
episode could be called Technical Difficulties.
Seriously. Oh my god. Maybe this is a sign from the universe that we should not be back. What are we doing?
Literally. I
Like-
go to log on, and for the first time in a year, my keyboard doesn't connect.
Yeah. All signs pointed to no.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
Please, the world's not ready. I can't handle this. My sister, Alexa, told me that she has our podcast pinned on the side for her Spotify. And so every time she goes in, she sees it. And she was always like, I wonder when they're coming back. And I told them last week.
Say that again.
She's going to be so upset that I said her name. And I'm hung up.
Sorry, something went wrong.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
you
it
were,
did.
You were created.
I literally, the amount of times I talk to her and I am asking a question about the weather, a question about a recipe, a, hypothetical argument between my partner and I about the density of turtle shells. And it's whenever I need her, she's like, absolutely not. Not
She's like,
not-
I can't be disturbed.
yeah, not interested in what I have to provide. But anytime we refer to your sister, suddenly she's all fucking ears.
She's like, what do you want? Hello?
She's like, hello? Are we talking about me? No.
So anyway, she was very excited we were coming back.
Yeah. I've gotten very random texts. It's like, what happened to the podcast? And I was like, I don't know. My God. So I was looking, and our last episode was April 19th of 2024, which is insane, honestly. It's been almost a year. So what happened? What's new with you?
So much.
Yeah, man, my God.
Let's see, I graduated.
Well,
That
not
was
yet.
cool. Yes, I did. I
Congrats.
just didn't walk.
Yeah, I know. The walk is basically the only reason I do anything.
I genuinely wouldn't have gone to walk if my family didn't want me to.
Yeah.
If they weren't coming and wanted to go up and make a trip of it,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it because
What if they didn't care but I insisted?
I'd do it for you
Oh.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, of course I would.
But it's not for me. I don't care that much to walk. I have the degree, the diploma's on its way.
That's fair.
I'm done. I don't feel the specific need to do that.
Fair. For me, it was all I had.
Yeah.
It was the only proof that it was real.
For me, now I just feel stressed that there's more things I have to do. Because now I have to find a dress, and I have to walk steadily, and there's a lot of things up in the air about both of those. Whether I can do either.
Those are two things, just for the record, that you're stressed about.
Yeah.
Surely.
They're big ones.
I mean, yeah, they're necessary, but it's a couple of things for sure.
I could think of more if you gave me more time. I'd find more things to be stressed about.
Off the cuff.
All the people from my department want to get together, so now I have to plan a party.
Why do you have to plan it?
Who else is going to do it?
Oh my God.
It would be me hosting and be like, hey, come. Graduation parties are always hosted by the person graduating.
By you?
So.
Oh, I see.
By the graduate.
Okay, so this is everyone in your department who is graduating.
I am the only one in my department graduating, I believe.
But
But no, the people I knew in the department were like, well, we should all get together, celebrate you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, thanks. And now I had to plan something.
That's fair.
I
You're
mean,
I'm not
I just-
missing an opportunity to be celebrated. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, are you crazy? No, it'll be nice, but now it's another thing to do.
That's fair. That would stress me out.
That's
You're allowed to now be stressed by that one thing alone. Planning a party, an event. That's
okay. I had to find a dress. That's stressful
No, that's fun.
for you.
It is.
I already have the exact dress in mind that I want to wear, and I'm not going to find it, and that's going to be the annoying thing.
Oh, I hate that. That was me in a black leather blazer for the longest time.
Yeah.
Specific length, specific oversized fit, but not not like my men's double XL sweatshirts.
Yeah.
It took me literally years to find it. I understand. Yeah.
I have months. I have no time.
True.
I want a strapless, like, midi length white dress.
That'll be quite pretty.
Sorry.
I'm drinking a seltzer. And the burp mixed with like the heavy cream and the tomato sauce, and they were at odds. My apologies. It's been over a year since I've done any podcasting. I'm falling apart.
Digestive training before the next one.
Yeah, seriously.
Some deep breathing.
I need more. Just maybe not have a creamy pasta dish 30 minutes before recording.
Followed by a seltzer.
It's my favorite combo.
Yeah.
I literally the other day had a seltzer in the shower. Just, for old time's sake.
Yeah.
It really
is for memories.
Well, so how do I word this properly? When Arnone and I were in college, I had a let's
interaction.
Let's call it interaction. I was tempted to say relationship, which I know sounds like we dated.
You should not say that.
But it was like the longest, somewhat romantic thing I had going, honestly, to this day.
And it's crazy that you called it romantic.
I'm being polite. And
yeah, that was a 2-year.
It was 2 years. Yeah, it's still my longest interaction with anyone, romantically speaking. It literally lasted longer than my longest committed relationship.
And there's something to say about that.
There really is. There truly is. But anyway,
there'll always be a fondness, I guess.
Yeah, and whatever, fine. But honestly, the lasting impact that this gentleman had on me was he had mentioned that he drinks a cold seltzer in the shower, and he's like, the contrast of the like steamy water and a like frosty polar seltzer is just sublime. And I was like, that's weird. I told you shortly after I left.
Yeah.
And you were like, that's fucked up. Why is he like that? And then I tried it because I love seltzer. And a lot of times when I'm drinking a seltzer, I have to shower. There's a strange correlation between the two. I'm dirty drinking a seltzer more often than I'd like to admit. But I tried it once, just in a blue moon, and it was delightful. He was fully onto something. The contrast of like that like frosted tin can, and then you're like warm in the shower. It's honestly, it's absolutely refreshing. Like so anyway,
so I think it'll all make sense why I gave this gentleman the nickname Bazinga. I think that to this day is my best nickname.
That is your best nickname. That is
for anyone who passed through our lives.
I struggle to remember his actual name. And then, because I know I too only refer to him as Bazinga. And then I have to think,
what is his actual name?
Like, what did I call him during that time?
You just called him up.
It was all, yeah, seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, what a time.
I know. So much fun. So what else is new with you? You graduated. Congrats, grad.
Thank you so much. I moved.
Where?
People who watch this wouldn't know because all of my items are the same.
It looks exactly the fucking same.
Yeah, all of my things are the same.
Are you in your bedroom?
No, the office.
Nice.
Yeah. South Carolina. I now live down south. I went from all the way north to not all the way, but down south.
Thank God, not all the way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and you moved to the right Carolina too. That's big news. Big win.
That may not be true.
Not anymore.
I mean, there was that like Outer Banks drama.
I thought that was North Carolina.
So they had to redo it like down south for the show.
Yeah.
I knew about that, and I guess that had to do with some of the politics,
Yeah.
but like for sure, obviously. But maybe that's old. Maybe there's new people in charge. As far as I've seen, people like North Carolina better.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It is in general a nicer state because it has more money.
North
So, like,
Carolina is?
yeah.
Gotcha.
So like down to like the roads. The roads in North Carolina are roads you would expect.
Yeah.
Just driving along them. The roads in
Mhm.
South Carolina are like when you're playing like Mario Kart and then all of a sudden there's just like a banana in the road and you're like, whoop, gotta like move around it real quick. There's so many potholes that are so big
Damn.
that if you went over them, you just might pop a tire or like something bad. Like they are deep potholes.
Hit.
And they are everywhere. And you have to react quick because like maybe it's on like a main road where there's a car right in front of you and you don't see it until they move out of the way.
Yeah.
So you have to start like for my path, like driving to work and home, I know exactly where the potholes are and where to move.
Oh, well, that's good.
There's that. Like there's more money in the state. So I think people like North Carolina more for that. There's more like shops and different things. I don't know present day what the politics are between the two.
I mean, do we know for the country anymore? Like,
yeah. Like I don't know where I would put them between the two because like Nikki Haley was the governor here.
right.
She's not anymore.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to me because at work I'll see like documents with her signature on it and I'm like, oh my god. I think I would have voted for you. And then I was just saying this to my sisters. I was like, I liked her. And then she weaseled.
Yeah, she weaseled
She was a
hard.
weasel at the end.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So she was here. She's not the governor anymore. Now it's a guy named McMasters, who, as far as I know, is a Trump guy. Like follows his guidance, or like what comes down from the federal is followed pretty closely here. And there's Lindsey Graham here. He's still a representative here. So because North Carolina has more big metropolitan cities, there are more liberals in the state now. Because since I knew that information about Outer Banks, people have been moving south a lot. Like that's been a big thing.
Right.
Of people moving out of densely populated northern cities to go south. And like South Carolina apparently has been like the top moved to state last year.
Interesting.
Which is super weird. I like it here. I do like it here, but I don't know if I can say anymore that it's the better Carolina. I like it, and I like my job, and the stuff my work does, we are leading in like South Carolina is leading in the southeast.
Nice.
So a lot of things are really good, but it may be because there's more room for improvement here.
Yeah, but they're like kickstarting that.
A lot of people are engaged, and I think like a lot of people care here. It seems like to make the lives of people who live here better.
Nice.
And
it's
maybe
that's
a
pleasant change.
Yeah. It may be because of the people I engage with at work. So my job is as a policy writer for the Department of Employment and Workforce for the state of South Carolina.
Love it.
So we try to get people jobs.
Nice.
And in that kind of work, the people care. Like it's a motivating job because you're not really going to go for that job. I mean, most state like public servant work, you care more because pay's not as good.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be driven by the desire to like make change and make things better.
Totally.
And specifically in my job where like you're actively trying to get people employed and the initiatives you put together like are getting thousands of people employed. Like that's motivating and it keeps people, I think, excited, and new initiatives are like coming up all the time. So I do like it here a lot. I've been to North Carolina once, but I didn't spend much time there. So far I like it here. I don't know if I would like North Carolina more. It's more expensive, so maybe not.
I certainly don't know.
Yeah. I guess the big thing, I guess, down here is South Carolina has more swamp region.
Swamp.
Yeah.
Trey, swampy.
But the hurricane didn't hit us as much, so there's that. So yeah, that's up with me. Just working, living in my new home.
Nice. You like it?
I do like it. It's a nice size, and it's not very expensive, so.
Good.
My dad's been sending me all of my belongings that were left at the house.
He wants you out.
Yeah, to all of my sisters. He's like, get your stuff. Get out of here. He's putting them all in boxes.
Nice.
I think it's so funny. It's because he's working on some renovation in the basement. I think he wants to put the bathroom in this year.
Yes.
I know. For the kids. Not for us.
Well,
but
I'm sorry. Are you thinking I'm not going to use that the second that it's installed?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it for us.
No, I didn't think so.
But that will be cool when he gets that in. But he sent me 2 boxes. One of them was full of shoes. A single pair was mine.
Okay, so he's sending you stuff. He thought
it was mine. It's not. So he called me. He was like, "You get the stuff?" I was like, "Just about all of that is getting donated."
Yeah.
He was like, "But no one was wearing them anyway." It's like Sammy and my shoes from high school, so they can go.
Oh my god, wow.
He sent me my yearbook. It's just old stuff that got moved into the house when we moved in, and then we were off at college and stuff, and so they just got pushed to the side. Yeah, the boxes were just never opened. And then we moved, and they were forgotten.
Right.
He sent Sammy a box with what he thought was her yearbook. It was Alexa's.
Not even close.
Yeah. Because we only ever got one yearbook, like our senior year. So we each have one. And so that was kind of funny that Sammy has that now. So I got mine.
She got Alexa's high school yearbook? That's funny.
Yeah. I think so.
Awesome.
Yeah. Which is funny because I think Alexa helped Dad pack up the boxes.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I had to go through all that stuff. That's what that box down there is.
Oh, I didn't even see it. It's dark in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's not my box, but now it is.
Now it is. It's in your home.
Yeah.
It's yours now.
It's a nice box.
Adopt a box. I have like a massive thing of boxes in my closet over there, right yonder.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never fully moved into this apartment.
I know. To this day, a year later.
Yeah, I didn't. It's just too small for me. That's the reality. It's really tiny. I did. Well, so I did like a YouTube video because I'm, in addition to like relaunching this, just trying to relaunch like all my creative projects and really hone in on being a freelancer. And so I said, yeah. And so I said that, you know, like living alone, and particularly living alone in this apartment, has been probably one of the most like stressful learning experiences of my 20s. Like I talked a lot about it. So if you like want to know what I really think, go subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch the video. Yeah. But I learned that I love being alone still. And I wasn't ever lonely in this apartment, which was really nice. And like beyond like getting into a relationship and things like that, like I just genuinely loved being in a space that was mine and only being responsible for like my own messes, my own stuff, my own this. Like the camaraderie of roommates is something that I really will cherish and always miss. But I mean, I think there's pros to both. Like, yeah, you know, I loved having our little girl apartment and community when we were all in our early 20s. And now I love being by myself and in my own peace. And, you know, it was nice to know too that there were a lot of people in my life who were worried about me making the decision to live by myself. And I think the worry was that if there was a decline in my mental health for whatever reason, it had the potential to be a greater cause for concern because I don't have a roommate to like find my body. No, I'm kidding. But
it's a reasonable worry.
Yeah. And honestly, it was something that while I was assuring her wasn't an issue, it was something that I was aware of. But I think it's really nice to not have that present itself because I know how to ask for help now when that happens. And so, yeah. Yeah. And like, and I fully believe that if you have the means to do so and want to, everybody should live alone for a year. Like, if it's something that you feel like you want to try, and of course something that you can do, it's awesome. Like, it teaches you so much about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I really wish I had done it in a different apartment.
Well, yeah. I mean, your landlord situation was
yeah,
actual hell.
I was cuz I'm moving in the spring. And if all goes well, I'll be moving in April. So less than 2 months. Yeah. Depends. There's a place that my partner and I really, really loved, and we toured over the weekend. And we applied, and we're just waiting to hear back and hoping that we get it. But if we do, then yeah, it'll be April that we move. But I was, when we were touring, talking to the real estate agent, because again, important learning experience. Now, as I am touring apartments, every single time I've been like, what's building management like?
Yeah.
What is the building? If something breaks, is someone going to come and fix it? Or do I have to threaten to report you to the city in order for it to happen?
And they're like, what?
They were like, and the real estate agent was like, oh, so your building management is like that bad, like fictitiously bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
Do they come into my apartment when I'm not there and just let themselves in and then laugh when I say that I didn't like that they did that?
It's unfathomable.
No.
It's unfathomable. I literally last week was dyeing my hair. I was just like putting more red in it because it had faded a little bit, and poetically, the water gets shut off. I check my email. Also, my partner was sick, and he was staying at my apartment because it's walking distance to his work. It's a man cold, so it's either complete denial that you have a cold. No, I'm not sick. I'm better than being sick. I've worked too hard to be sick. Or, once the sickness is accepted, I have days. I have but days left. Yeah, I can't move. And I'm like, have you ever had a period cramp?
Yeah, because I'm having one as we speak.
Yeah, listening to this soliloquy of self-pity. But to his defense, he was thirsty, so he went to get a glass of water. He's in his jammies, fucking miserable. He goes to turn on the faucet. You just hear squeaking, like no water. And he's holding his little glass. And he's just like, Ellie. And I'm like, I'm in a robe with my hair in a clip and it's slicked back with red dye. Like, I don't, like, we're both have a right to complain. And so I check my email. No email talking about a shut off. None. Which is illegal, by the way, in the state of Massachusetts. You have to provide proper notice.
Yeah.
So I don't send it actually. I drafted the most Karen email I have ever written in my life. I truly tapped into something that was like supposed to be locked away until I turned 45. And I had to release it. And it was along the lines of like, not only am I citing my sources and giving you links to mass.gov about how this is illegal. You can't shut off drinking water without proper notice. But I have only received examples while working with this building management that you do not care about the tenants here. We are a means to an end for you. We are a cash grab instead of people who live here. And you don't care. And that is pathetic. And I am absolutely going to the city for this. And then the cursor's hovering over the little paper airplane send button, and I get a fucking email from my building manager being like, due to an emergency, the plumber had to shut off the water. And it's a load of crap because literally the only loophole for improper notice of shutting off any essential resources is an emergency. So I didn't send it because I was like, well, I've now been notified. However, I was notified of the water shut off 45 minutes post water shut off. Yeah.
How long was it off?
Well, 90 minutes. It wasn't too bad, but it just really was like the cream of the crop of like, of fucking course this is happening. And yeah, it's literally, it's been that. It's been letting people come into my apartment without permission and then saying that it's a heating emergency. Then when my actual heater breaks, it takes 2 months to actually get a valve replaced. It requires me threatening to go to the city twice to report them.
In the middle of winter.
In the middle of winter. So, yeah. It's been a time. And so it's been really hard to enjoy living in this space in particular because it just really sucks when you live somewhere and it's supposed to be managed by officials, make sure everything's going smooth. And like, obviously I'm not asking them to like fall head over heels in love with me and my, charming wit, but like
it wouldn't hurt.
I wish, but it's the fact that it's like, oh, you like so don't care. Like you are just that wanting to do as little as possible to get your monthly paycheck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is bonkers. So that is why like every single time I've been touring an apartment, I'm like, so what's the building management like? If my washer breaks and I call them, will they come in within the week? Huh? If a window breaks, who do I call? And will they come? And apparently this building has like their own like residential portal and you do all that stuff. So so it's like, it's a refreshing reprieve. And then literally we were touring, we went downstairs and it has like a buzzer, and we saw a guy like walk in and like buzz into like request a buzzing. It was a requesting buzz. And whoever was in the respective unit just like buzzed him in and let him in. And I was like, oh my God, it works. And the real estate agent was like, oh my God, you poor thing. He was like, I guess every little thing matters. And I was like, you have no idea. You have no idea. It means so much to me to have working utilities. I'll never take it for granted again. But yeah, that's been my life post. I think the last episode we recorded, I had just quit retail permanently.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So it's been a time. Let me tell you.
She's been seeking work everywhere.
No job, no roommates, no bra, no panties. Just
no thoughts.
No thoughts. Only sorrow. Only when the thought bubble in my head is just different radiator valves, just in varying shapes and sizes, all fitting together. That's the other big thing. Oh my God. With this, watch me not get this apartment. I'll be fucking devastated because central air. Central air? Are you serious? To what do I owe the pleasure of making your acquaintance?
God, you're gonna be so appreciative for everything, and they're gonna be like, "This is a standard home."
This is just basic living conditions, and I'm like,
you're
no,
like, the water works.
The water works, and your apartment doesn't get up to 90 degrees in January because there's a functioning radiator valve to shut off heat? Are you sure? I'm so excited. I said to my partner, I was like, in the winter, we will live like gods. Because, like,
I'm gonna have to talk to him about that.
I'm not turning on the heat.
I'll be like, you need to watch out for her. She'll let it get too cold.
No, because he is me. I mean, well, he is like me in that regard.
I'm dating myself.
I'm dating myself.
I just want the people to think I have a partner. It's me.
Literally.
No, you let it get too far. I'm glad he likes it cold. That's a good person.
He likes it too far too. I'm telling you.
Not remember the window.
Yes.
In the -5-degree cold.
Yes, we've this was one of the first stories we told on the podcast. Yes. But I never slept better. Was it because I was descending into hypothermia?
You were dying.
But it was like I was like, finally. The way I've always wanted to go. What is the vampire's name in Breaking Dawn Part 2? Where like he's part of the Volturi, and like as like the good vampires are running to kill him, he's just standing there and he's like, finally. That was me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. I don't know the name.
We have to say
it's been a long time since I've watched them.
I fucking love those movies. Oh my god, dude, we should do a Twilight watch party for the podcast.
What would that mean? We just talk to each other while we're watching it?
We talk to each other while we watch Twilight. Yeah. I set up a I do. What? What are you talking about?
Trixie. Trixie and Katya?
Yes, they're Netflix stuff I like to watch. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we could watch the whole Twilight saga. Share our thoughts, our feelings. That'd be so much fun. Oh my god.
Kyle should be involved in that. He loves Twilight so much. And I think he'd be funnier than me.
It's so not surprising.
He does. He quotes it like regularly.
I mean, it's great. I mean, it's like one of the main core essences of like my friendship with Sam and Macy is Twilight.
Yeah.
Sam went fucking ballistic when it came. And I, of course, Sam was allowed to watch it. I wasn't when it came out. Because, you know, we were 9, I think. Well, you were 21 and I was 9. But yeah, that guy, the Volturi guy, wishing for death, welcoming it with open, cold, dead hands.
No, that's not true. Because when you woke up from your close to death nap, you were scared.
Yeah, I was.
You were actually scared. You were like, wait, I need help.
Because I did worry that I almost died. Just a little bit.
I think you did. I'm serious. I think you did.
I
think you got too close.
Yeah. When I looked in the mirror, my lips were blue. And that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, you were too close. And you're warm all the time. You're not someone whose lips get blue.
Dude,
like, ever.
I am blubber in the Arctic.
When we would have to walk through snowstorms in Long Island, you were still warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I chalk that up to a good coat and plenty of flesh, though. More than anything else.
But that night, you were under your covers, and you still got that cold.
Yeah, I had a space heater on. I will say that, but I put it on.
How warm? It was cold. You put it on Gibby.
Yeah, I put it on Gibby.
I know.
I didn't want him to freeze.
I think that's how I convinced you to close the window. I was like, if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for Gibby.
Yeah.
You're like,
I was like, but he loves the space heater. He's standing up against it, just like his hands, like.
But then for me to close it, it took 2 gloves and a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Because it was frozen solid.
Yeah, it was. You see, I know it was scary, but how hot this apartment got before the radiator got fixed, I long for that temperature. Long for it.
I'm going to have to text your partner every time I hear snowstorms coming to Boston. And I'll be like, just keep an eye out. Things should be okay. But just be careful, okay? Because she gets too confident. And she doesn't realize that, like, actual -5 degrees feels like -20 and she'll die. She won't accept it. She refuses to accept that it could kill her. She thinks she's meant for the cold. But inside, we have the same body temperature, all of us.
I don't know. I'm sweating now. And the window's open. And it's 36 degrees outside.
Why are you wearing a sweater?
Because I like sweatshirts. Why does everyone ask me that?
Because when you complain that you're hot and you're sweating and you're wearing a sweatshirt, you don't get my sympathy.
But I should be allowed to wear what I want to wear and be comfortable.
No, you should wear what you can wear according to temperature. Nature does not revolve around you. You have to adjust to nature.
I adjust to nature all the time.
You do not.
I do. I would love the ability to do so more freely, but alas, I live in a small toaster oven.
You're the queen of AC.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's different.
No, that's exactly my point.
That's different.
No, you keep it too cold, and if it's a bad temperature outside, you just stay inside with your nice temperature.
Yeah.
It's no good. You shouldn't live that way.
I'll go outside, but if it's 90 degrees, my people aren't bred for this. We're bred for overcast skies and rain.
Okay, but you're also Polish.
Blustering winds. You look at my skin tone and you tell me which genetic side won. What do you think took over when the XYs met? Did I, in fact, inherit my father's olivey tones? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah. You can't chalk it up to your ancestors. Your ancestors would have adjusted to the temperature.
No, my ancestors would have died of heat stroke and inbreeding. That's... I'm telling you.
Sometimes I'll tell a story with you in it, and it'll have like something to do with you. I don't know, something happening, and I'm like, man, if Ellie was born 100 years ago, she would have made it to like max 14. Or like 200 years ago.
Oh my god.
Before AC.
My immune system's pretty good. I feel like I get sick a standard amount, get a cold here and there.
I mean, yeah, you have like the genetics of someone from the 21st century.
Fever once every 2 years. Seasonal allergies. I'm human.
I mean, yes, you have those.
So to what are you referring?
It's just like, I don't know, different stories of, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a story with it. Of like, you, like, saying you needed like special care or like treatment or something like that. Or like,
what?
I don't know what this had to do with.
Please clarify what that means. That makes it sound like I'm seeking benefits I'm not legally entitled to. What are you trying to paint me as? A criminal?
No. Just
my life is a grift to you? I'm a grifter to this one. Great.
No. What's a good story? I don't know. I'll have to think about it more.
I will say
on the next podcast. You're just like, you're pure 21st century. Like, you would not survive in another century. I'm sure of it.
I tried not to survive in this century. What do you do? You're talking like you've made this like outstanding conclusion. I fucking could have told you this ages ago. What do you think I was doing in 2014? Writing my own obituary. Like, what are we doing here? What's going on? I'm being accused of things I already know. I will say, I acknowledge that I am sensitive.
You are, and you request a high standard of things. Because you can.
I do. I have standards. Whoa. Fucking sue me.
Okay, not like that. Like, not, like, it could be, like, not wanting to take the subway.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes.
Like you don't like taking the subway, and you... Like, one time we walked over an hour in high heels because Ellie didn't want to take the subway.
We should clarify. It's based on a fear of being underground. I get scared of being in the tube because
the tube? Like, you're British?
The T, I'm sorry. And I, like, truly am, like, convinced that it's going to stop and, like, short circuit stop, and I'll be stuck. I'll be stuck in a tube.
But I think
it'll be in the ground.
if you were born in like another century or in other social settings where like you didn't have the option of like taking an Uber or something, you maybe would have adjusted.
I'd fucking walk like I've always done. Are you serious?
Yeah, maybe.
She'd require a carriage. Her rebuttal story was I walked over an hour somewhere.
That's because no one wanted to split the cab with you.
That's fine. People don't have to split the cab with me. I'll take the cab. I'll take the Uber. Or I'll walk. Depends on where the sun is located in the sky, if we're being honest.
Night. That's the only reason you were willing to do it is because it was nighttime.
Yeah. I'm not dumb. I won't walk alone at night. That's crazy.
No. I think my point is that you are sensitive.
I am very sensitive. That's definitely true.
But you know yourself, and you know what you can and can't do. So it's
I mean, anyone who's going to be fainting prone when the Fahrenheit dips above 70 is going to be like, these are my limits. These are my boundaries. And I also am willing to, like, risk different forms of discomfort for overall benefit. Like, I will wear a crew neck in the summer, in part because I like it, but also I don't want to get sunburned. It's too easy to be sunburned when you look like a jellyfish. So
you just need to get like thinner like long sleeves.
Yes, but that taps into a different issue that I'm working through in therapy, which is I don't like to be seen. I don't like my body to be seen.
Well, that's fine. I just mean not like an actual sweatshirt where sweat is in the name.
Yeah, but they don't have like men's double XLs like blouses. You know?
Yeah.
Let me know when they do, but yeah.
Coming.
I hope so. That'd be great.
Someone's got to tap into that market.
Billie Eilish, where are you? Come on, you and I, girl. We're all about those big fucking shirts. Find one that can breathe, please. But yeah. So we both graduated. We both moved. One of us is moving again. What else do we have in store? What else is going on?
Nothing that I can think of.
I started watching Revenge again. Have you
really?
seen Revenge?
No. I mean, I know what it is, but I haven't watched it.
It's so good.
I've been watching The Resident.
Oh my god! Okay, so with basically that Emily VanCamp and that hot Logan.
Yeah.
Matt. What is his last name?
Matt Jerky, something like that. It's like
CZ. Beef jerky.
It's like CZ. I don't know. You should know it.
Yeah, CZ. Matt Slim Jim. Is that what it is? Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, with him in it. It's phenomenal.
I gotta get back into that. I watched the first season and I liked it. And I am so bad at finishing shows, though. But
okay, well, there's like 6 seasons now.
Oh,
I think it got canceled.
No, it got canceled. Yeah.
But there's 6 seasons up on Netflix.
2018, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm watching.
There's like a chance it'll come back.
Really?
But,
oh, wow.
Yeah, because it didn't end. It just got canceled because viewers went down. So it was on Fox, so they canceled it. But if like Netflix or another station buys it out, it could come back.
Fox was like, a brown doctor. Get rid of that.
Yeah, Murdoch was like, I'll have none of that.
I'll have literally none of that.
It's like accountability in the medical field.
They're on to us.
No.
Viewers are dropping. It's done. Out. No more questions at this time.
Yeah, but I love that show. Really good.
I really liked it.
The first season has 14 episodes.
I watched the first season.
And it was really good.
Yeah. I remember the
second has like 23 episodes.
The actor who played Captain Pike like has a tremor right in his hand. And
what did you call him?
He plays Captain Pike in Star Trek. That actor. What did you think I said? A slur?
I thought you were calling him Captain Pike because his name is Dr. Bell. And Captain Pike and Dr. Bell. I was like,
yeah, no. I'm thinking of the 2009 Star Trek remake where he excellently played Captain Pike.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor.
He's a
Dr. Bell.
phenomenal actor. But yeah, and he has a tremor in his hand, and so
And he's a surgeon.
And he's a surgeon, and he basically that like African surgeon who's brilliant. He like makes her take the test for him or something like that.
Not tests. He's chief of surgery.
Yeah,
Renowned surgeon, like world renowned. They're in Atlanta,
right?
And he's being requested for really important surgeries, and as like chief of surgery, he's connected with like the CEO and stuff like that about like profitability for the hospital and keeping it running and all that stuff. And so people request him to do different things, and they call them complication rates, have gone up a lot, which is when someone dies like on the table and they don't know why.
Right.
We know why. It's because like his hand slips because of his tremors. And she is a resident, a third year. He's best doctor, chief of surgery, is being requested, but he can't handle it. So he manipulates her. She's from Nigeria and is on a visa, probably a study visa, because as a resident she's still in school or still like training, rather than a work visa. And so he tells her that to stay, he was like, I'm the one that signs your visa. He was like, I'm your employer who signs it. And he was like, if you want to stay, if you don't want to go back to Nigeria, if you want to practice actual medicine and like do big things, because she's like gifted,
like, I remember
one
that,
of the best of her generation. So he says, like, you're going to have to work with me. Because she knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So she's like, how would I describe her? She's not nice, but she's the best. Like, she's good. She's kind, but she's not nice at all.
It's like you.
Yeah, but even more so. And so she was, like, telling him no. Like, she's not going to do it.
Yeah.
And he was like, right, so you'll go back to Nigeria. And so that was crazy.
Oh my God.
She starts doing surgeries with him. And there's this like robot.
Yes, that's the part I remember.
It's called. And she was the best at it. And he was supposed to do the surgery because he was being requested for it. And his hand kept tremoring. And so he was going to like get away with it. So then Logan, Gilmore Girls, who's Conrad in this, who's the main guy, he was trying to get this guy fired because of how many people were dying because he wouldn't stop doing surgeries.
Right.
So he requested an audience for him to do this surgery. Like thousands of people, live stream, all this stuff. He was like, everyone will see. He was like, if you kill him, you will be seen.
Now.
Yeah. And so he gets her name's Mina Okafor, the Nigerian doctor.
Okafor! I remember. Okafor. Yes.
So he gets Mina to do it secretly while he's technically holding things that look like it and telling everyone what he's doing, but it's her. And that's just one episode. Like there's like a bunch of stuff throughout the season.
I remember that. Yeah,
you remember the ending of the season with Dr. Lane Hunter?
No.
Then you didn't watch the whole season. You would remember.
Maybe.
Do you remember Dr. Lane Hunter, the woman with the curly hair?
No.
She was the oncologist for cancer patients. She was giving them chemo.
Nope.
Okay, you'll have to start over. I think you only watched a few episodes then. I don't think you watched the whole season.
It's possible. I did really like it. I just totally fell off of it.
No, that's fair.
When
I watched it a while ago and didn't finish either, and I'm getting back into it now.
I just love Emily VanCamp. She can really only play one kind of character, and I'm a sucker for it every time.
She's just blonde.
Yeah, she's Conrad's love interest. Yes, yeah. Just like that, like calm, cool, collected blonde who's just like has that silky voice, but is like smart.
Yeah,
and is just
she's great in this.
So, Revenge.
Yeah,
I'll watch it. We'll switch. I'll finish Revenge and start The Resident. You finish The Resident and start Revenge, and then we can chat about this.
I love this
because Revenge is very soapy, but my God, I cannot get over it. It's so good. So it's basically about Emily Thorne, who's Emily VanCamp.
Oh, same
hot
thing. Easy.
blonde with an interesting face, beautiful, very smart, silky voice. So her father was sent to prison and murdered in prison for allocating funds to a terrorist group that downed a jet plane. She finds out that it was actually he was framed, murdered in prison to further cover it up by this insanely wealthy family based in the Hamptons called the Graysons, who were actually the ones who were allocating the money. And they didn't know that it was going to a terrorist group that downed a plane. But instead of coming clean, they framed their most trusted employee, who is her father. So she changes her identity. Her actual name is Amanda Clark. She changes it to Emily Thorne. She goes to the Hamptons with the intention of taking down every single person who wronged her father and basically the domino effect that led to his framing and imprisonment. And it's not like she's like sending them to jail or killing them. She's like ruining their lives. Like publicly exposing secrets. Like there was one that oh my god, this woman, she testified against her father, and Emily finds out that she is sleeping with the husband, the father, whose name is Conrad. Conrad Grayson. They're having an affair. And Victoria Grayson, the wife, is a fucking insane bitch, but I love her. She's crazy, so sadistic. We love her. And Emily basically like puts something. He's like, Conrad goes to like have sex with the lady who testified against her father. Emily puts this like powder in his soup, which basically like gives him like a cardiac issue. And the woman's name is Lydia. Like she runs into Lydia and is like, "Oh, is that your husband? Is he okay?" And Lydia's like, "Oh, like I'm going in with him," like very clearly is uncomfortable and brushes it off. Flash forward to this party. Victoria knows that Conrad's been in the hospital. They're like making small talk. Lydia's there, and Victoria introduces Lydia to Emily. And Emily's like, "Oh my gosh, is your husband okay? Like, I hope that, like, you know, when he was in the hospital, like, he resorted that cardiac issue." And that's how Victoria finds out that they're having sex. Is Emily's like, "Is he okay?" And Lydia's looking at her like, and that's the fucking pilot. That's the pilot.
Oh
it's so good. And of course, like, things go wrong. Emily starts dating Victoria and Conrad's son, and like basically gets him to fall in love with her as like a way to like get in and like destroy. So then she's like invited to the house, and like, and Victoria hates her, knows something's off about her. But oh my god, it's so good. Every episode ends with her like sitting over this picture and like crossing out the face in red Sharpie. Fantastic. And every time like she crosses it out, I'm sitting there, no pants, doing my paint by number, going, "Yes, get it, another one down." It's so good. It's so good. It's so soapy. Everyone's hot, but it's phenomenal. It's great. It's great.
What's it on, Netflix?
Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so good. I've literally like been like any chance I get to be alone, I'm like, previously on Revenge. What happened? What's going on? Who fucked who? You serious? Oh my god, this is getting so messy.
Yeah, I'll watch the show.
Yeah,
it sounds good.
It's really, really good because it's like it's soapy and very melodramatic, but it's interesting.
That's the point of shows.
Yeah,
like a show that's like real life.
Yeah, it's true. Like and it's also, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In this day and age, it's satisfying to watch the rich go down. Like, I
respect that.
I just, you know, I'm like, oh my god, people being accountable, vigilante shit. I love this.
Yeah, that sounds. Really
Emily Thorne walked so Taylor Swift could run. Like that's all I'll say. She did.
She is the rich, so
who? Taylor
Swift.
Oh yeah. No. She's a very flawed human being. We love her, but we also are like, ooh, I don't know about that. I was mostly just referring to her song "Vigilante Shit."
Oh, fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, if that song came out while Revenge was on.
Dude, it would be amazing. Amazing. And sometimes my partner will like in between clients like come over here to like have lunch and I'll be watching it and he'll come in. I'll be like, I'm not pausing it. Hello, welcome to my home. Sit down and shut up. Buckle up.
Oh, that's funny.
I think that's our show.
Yeah, I think that's it for us today.
That's it. Those are all my updates. We moved. We're watching television shows with Emily VanCamp in them.
Yeah, we are.
That's all you really need to know. We're doing great.
Staying connected.
Oh my god, literally. Connected? That's so weird.
I know. And I literally like so randomly decided to watch it. I was like, no, I really liked the show and I never finished it. So I was like, we should start this up.
That's why I watched Revenge. Same fucking thing.
That's so funny.
Oh my god. Incredible.
All right.
Well, thanks for tuning back in, everybody. We really appreciate you waiting for us. Life's weird, but
yeah,
we're going to make this a thing again.
Well, we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we will.
When is this going live?
Don't pressure me.
All right.
Thanks,
I'll
everybody.
talk to you in 2 weeks.
Talk to you in 2 weeks.
And I won't see you before then.
No. Absolutely.
Or talk to you.
Okay. Sounds good. Well,
but thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Bye.
Bye.